All right.
Good, my guy.
What is up?
What's good, everybody?
Another beautiful day.
Can't hear you, Chris.
Sorry, I'm being fucking weird.
You know, I have no idea why it is, but every single time I plug in this microphone, the computer thinks that the microphone is a speaker.
Yeah, that's a little strange.
Just like every time I plug in a PlayStation 4 or even PlayStation 5 controller, my computer's like, oh my god, do you want to use this as your main mic and audio output? Okay, let's do that.
Yeah, it does the same thing every time I unplug my webcam. Like Discord's like, hey, we noticed you have something new. You want to use that? No, I don't.
Oh, that's what I did. I didn't do. Fuck.
Yeah?
This is gonna be a rough one.
Uh-oh.
I forgot to fucking carbonate my soda. I forgot to fucking carbonate my goddamn soda.
Uh-oh.
Well, that sounds rough.
That's not a quick process to do.
No, it's quick and easy. It takes like 2 seconds.
Well, then go do it.
Go do it.
I've already made the drink. I've already made the drink, and I've already mixed everything together. I gotta
still carbonate it.
I mean, that'd be interesting. I
gotta pour it out of the drink and back into the bottle, saving the ice. Yeah, it's not happening. I was like, what does this taste? Oh shit.
It tastes rough, don't it?
Oh, it does, man. Like, and it's like I can't just pour it back in the bottle because it's already got Jack in it, or Jameson.
I mean,
whiskey.
You either want a rough drink, or you want to take the little gander.
Fuck. I'm gonna be like 5 minutes. I'm gonna be like 5 minutes.
No, you let this man do this, because now I'm interested in what, like, carbonated Jameson tastes like.
Oh,
see, that's what I'm thinking about too. That's what I'm thinking about too, man.
Yeah. Did you see it was the open beta now?
Yeah. It's almost over. I downloaded it and then haven't touched it.
When is it over?
Tomorrow at 1?
Tomorrow at 1.
Yeah. Hey, Chris, say something for me real quick.
All right, so we're grinding it tonight. We're grinding it tonight.
Yeah, I got the grind on hard today. Or between the last day and a half. I maxed out 3 more characters. Yeah. I mean, I've got 6 maxed characters right now. You know, like
I want to play, but I don't know if I have enough time.
Yeah, I mean, it takes like maybe 3 hours to get through the story.
Really, only 3 hours?
Like, this game can destroy your graphics card too. So I was like,
yeah, I heard that too. Yeah, a lot of NVIDIA's.
NVIDIA. Luckily, I have not had that issue.
Somebody said it was only affecting gigabytes, though. But
I assume we're talking about Diablo.
Yep.
Did they say that it was destroying video cards?
Yeah, some people reported it, but I mean,
it bricked a couple of cards.
Shit happens.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll bring it up. Yeah, we're gonna talk a little bit about Diablo, and then we got a couple of topics I think you're gonna enjoy tonight. And then,
wait, hold on. Oh, you're talking to me.
No, I'm talking to Solops.
Okay, carry on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I see them now. Yeah. Are you really gonna give me 5 minutes to go carbonate this stuff?
See here.
Go ahead.
yeah, we are. I want to know what it tastes like.
I thought you would have been gone by now.
I'm still. I gotta do the whole like sharing thing. I've got like 14 million
I see
tabs
what
open.
you're talking about there.
Yeah.
If my mic reaches, if my mic reaches, or if it's doing something weird, let me know.
Oh, it's doing all kinds of weird shit. And now you up and disappeared.
I'll just
Holy smokes, 43 gigs. We'll start that now.
Yeah, if you guys want to know, like, the weird part of Twitter I've been on, people have been posting, like, old comic panels because somebody made this big point about how comics have always been political. So some people like, yes, they have. And they started posting the old comics where, like, Superman was like, yeah, I know who I'm going to vote for, but I'm not telling you because it's your choice, not mine. Like, that kind of shit.
Yeah.
So I've been laughing about that all morning. Although I did see somebody said that it was the 3080 Ti was the one that was.
Yeah, it was the 3080 Ti.
Yeah, it was the 3080 Ti that was the anti-Diablo one.
All right. Should I just go ahead and run the intro? I'm just going to run the intro.
You should be able to, by the time he gets back, you should be able to be good.
Yeah. All right. Here we go. And we are live. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Griffcast, episode lucky number 77, the mature nerdy podcast for immature people, the show where we talk about any and all things nerds, from video games, comic books, movies, computer technology, and or science, up to and including what is my obsession with looters. Hello, welcome to the show. We've got the full crew with us again tonight, and yeah, we're gonna show off some Diablo again. So this weekend is the open beta, so everybody has a chance to jump in and try it. They also unlocked the last 2 classes that will be available for launch. So there is a grand total of 5 classes. Let me move this here so I can stop the stuttering. All right, now I went ahead.
I'm about to say.
I went ahead and I leveled 3 new characters because I wanted to prove a point. I've watched a few content creators, a couple that I really respect, that are wrong, and either that or I have issues, which is up for discussion. Yeah, so as of right now, every content creator that has made a career off of Diablo is hating on the druid. I have 2 builds up and running that are freaking amazing, and one, Grizz, is right up your alley, so much so that it might sell you on this game.
All right, so that sounds like some big shoes to fill.
That is
Well, yeah, we're gonna have to talk about that one in a minute, because I'm looking at my graphics card going,
they'll have that fixed before then. Now, yeah, and they're already working on a patch for that. They made a public statement about it.
damn well better.
Yeah, I mean, what's about a week cast to make TCP disappear? We cast uncarbonate your soda.
Yes. Yes. If you have uncarbonated soda, that is how you make TCP vanish.
Yes, to go carbonate his soda and his Jameson.
I'm really kind of curious. Like, that's going to aerate the alcohol.
Yeah,
it
will
is.
be. Yeah, it is.
So, like, by the end of this episode, that's either going to be the most disgusting drink, or that's going to be amazing, or TCP is going to be on the freaking floor. Like,
either way, we're going to have a good time watching it.
So we do have more in store tonight besides Diablo. We're going to wait for a little bit of TCP to come back. We'll give them a couple minutes before we jump into this. So here's how I'm going to do it. I'm going to show off the Necromancer, which is out of the gate OP. We don't know what... All right, and I'm also going to clarify this. Anybody who's complaining about class balance at this point in time, stop. The game is launching with 100 levels. The beta goes to level 25. You are not going to see everything the game has to offer in the first act of the entire game. You are not. All right. You get talent points up to level 50. Plus you have talent points you can earn doing renown in each zone. So you get upwards of 58 to 60 talent points available to you by level 50. You have a maximum available of 27 in the beta. Don't know what you're going to do with that. Now, also, you stop getting talent points at level 50. At level 51 to 100, you get Paragon points. Paragon is a system that nobody in the know, or nobody that's out here like us, has any clue how it's going to work. So that's an entire another system of the game that is unknown. That's an entire another mechanic. In this game, the way it's designed is it leads you into it. It does it I think it does a very good job of this, of it gives you enough to get started, and then it gives you a little more, and then a little more, and then a little more. it doesn't dump every single mechanic on you right from the get-go like a lot of games do. Like Path of Exile. If you open up the talent tree in Path of Exile, most people have a stroke because they cannot comprehend it. I mean, same thing, other things with Path of Exile. They expect that if you jump in on season 32, you're going to know every mechanic from season 1. This game's not doing that to you at this point in time. If it does that to you in, say, 2 years, maybe. We'll have another talk about it. Now, is this game perfect? Absolutely not. One, it's a beta. There has been server stability issues, but I would like to point out how excited people are for this game. Last weekend was the closed beta. The only way you could get in is either A, you pre-ordered, or B, you went to KFC and ordered Double Down in like a 3-day period. Those are the only 2 ways to get into it. They had 8 million people in the closed beta. This weekend is the open beta. So everybody that was in the closed beta and everybody else is getting in. So yes, there is server stability issues. That was the point of this weekend. The point wasn't to sell you on the game. The point was to test their servers, because when they launch, there's going to be about 12 to 15 million people pounding into here.
Well, and at the end of the day, we also have to discuss the fact that this is a Blizzard game, and they're never going to have a good server launch. It's just not going to happen. If you really, really want to play this game from day one on a good start, you're going to have to wait a month. I'm sorry. It's Blizzard.
Not a month. And they're actually doing tiered access too. If you did the big $100 package, you actually get to get it in on the 2nd of June, not the 6th. So they're doing tiered access too to ease people in, because not everybody's going to drop $100 on a game. I did, but I've also been playing. I've been playing Diablo for. Actually, I dropped $200 on this game. Like,
Dang.
I bought the physical collector's edition. I am a Diablo fanboy. I have been playing Diablo for nearly 30 plus years. Like, no, that's a kind of a little bit of a stretch. About 25 years, since 1997.
5 years, man, that's not bad.
1997, so like 25 years. This is what got me into gaming. Diablo is what got me into gaming. Like, besides that, like, I was playing Crash Bandicoot and Super Mario Bros. On the original NES. Like, that's all I had up to Diablo. And this is what broadened my horizons. This is also what started my addiction to looters. I absolutely love the challenge.
Addiction is, oh my lord. If the zombie apocalypse ever happens, this is the man who's going to roam the landscape shooting you just to see what's in your pockets.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, totally.
That's how he's going to snap.
Yeah, totally. Like, oh shit, look at this. I found a lucky 22. Let's go. No, like I'm totally, and also I'm not just addicted to like the looters themselves. Is I love games that allow you to theory craft and build your character. Now, while in the beta you don't get to do a lot, but you get to do just enough to get that little taste. Oh, thank you for the like. Oh, and thank you for the follow, Nephew Pants. So yeah,
That's a good name.
I know.
It gives you just enough. It gives you just a taste so that you can see the things that are to come. Now, like I said, I have problems. So we're going to jump right into this. Oh, we got another one. Thank you, Kerfay. All right. So we're going to jump into this here. I'm going to start with the Necro, and then I'm going to show off a caster build for the Druid, and then I'm going to show off the build that everybody keeps saying is absolute garbage for the Druid, which... The Druid is truly going to be my favorite, hands down my favorite class. It is the ADD class of them all. You want to play a caster? Play a Druid.
So before we get to the point where, you know, you're like, oh, it's season 38, you should know season 1. Can you inform the plebs who haven't played the beta what in the hell the Druid does? Like, does it cast things? Does it turn into anything? Does it, like, curse your house or something? Like,
it does all the above. The Druid
it curses your house. Okay.
Yeah. The Druid is the ADD
I've
class.
dated her before. She's really don't break up with her. Not over a text. It doesn't work well.
All right, so you know the Druid in WoW, right?
Yeah.
All right, so you can be a caster. You can be a DPS caster. You can be a healer. You could be a bear tank. You could be a cat DPS. So the way this works,
I do remember the bear.
Yeah. So in this, you have big beefy werebear. You have for DPS, big ass freaking werewolf. Oh hey, I don't like being a shapeshifter, so I just want to cast. Guess what? Now you can summon fucking hurricanes, tornadoes, lightning bolts from the sky, whatever the hell you want to do. So like this is the ADD class, and also you can summon. You can have wolf pets, you can have raven pets, you can have a plant that snakes around and follows you and CCs creatures around you. So a lot of things you can do. But my favorite build is going to be my grand finale of when we go through this. So I'm going to start with the Necromancer. Necromancer is OP out of the gate. 1 to 20, you can play with your eyes closed. All right. And then if you get a couple pieces of gear, you can then push harder content with your eyes closed.
I'm just still trying to get that rogue build. Bro, that was nuts.
Yeah. Yeah, this is all right. Where's it? I forgot where I left out of here. All right, so we're in town.
Well, see, here's the thing with those. It's like you even said it yourself. You like the creative builds. You like things that are a little different. Like I like things that are a little wild. Remember, like the very first, Vanilla WoW. Yeah, Little Wild. Like, like Vanilla WoW. Remember how like they had those wild items that would do like really strange things, like it would make your next 3 attacks crit, or just out of the blue.
Uh-huh.
The problem is that eventually somebody wants to balance that, and as soon as you start balancing those things, the wild and crazy things aren't fun anymore.
See, that's the thing that's always great about Diablo, is for the most part, if somebody comes up with something wild and crazy, and it's just pushing the boundary, they'll bring everything else to that point. So that's how Diablo power creeps, is one thing was really good and everybody's having fun with it, so we're going to make everything on that power level. All right, we're going to run into...
And I don't have a problem with that inherently. Maybe it's just me and Blizzard. I mean, maybe I'm just distrustful of Blizzard.
Oh, I mean, that's understandable as hell.
So, if I'm gun shy there, I admit to that.
All right, so starting off, this is somewhat of a pet build. I don't have my gems in here, so I'm not min-maxed. Like, I've got like crap like this. Whenever I crowd control, I have a chance to crowd control another thing. So I'm not even min-maxed here. Some of the things I do, like the weapon I'm using, it's not even for an ability on my hot bar. All right. So let's see here.
How many things do you have crawling around with you? Like,
all right, so my build got me to
things.
I have 6 warriors, 5 mages, and a bone golem. All right. So, but this build isn't about these. These here.
So do you just summon those out of the dirt? Do you summon those from things you've killed? Like, how does that work?
The bone golem, and all the golems are just, you can summon them. The skeletons, the reason I have them is because I had them when I logged out. You actually have to kill stuff to get corpses to make them. And
okay.
All right, now.
So it's kind of a mix of both. Like, you have stuff you can summon, and then you have stuff like, I've killed you, you're mine.
Yeah. Oh, hey. Oh, hell, I have a talent point I haven't even spent yet. Let's see here. Hey, what's going on, Zappy? Let's see, what am I going to do? Where am I going to put it? We'll just shove it in. I don't know where to shove this damn thing. Here, we'll put it here. I don't care. All right, so this is actually a corpse explosion build. So my entire purpose of this build is to attack things, make corpses, and then explode them.
Wow.
Is this what you're trying to sell me? Because you know how much I love this shit with the Death Knight?
No, it gets better than this.
Oh my goodness.
All right. So if anybody ever played old school WoW,
Oh yeah.
when the Death Knights were around, if you had to play Naxxramas and you failed Frogger with all the little exploding slimes, my little Death Knight ass would blow up your corpse as an insult for failing Frogger.
Yeah.
Yep,
Man,
I remember those days.
Oh, I miss WoW.
I miss that WoW. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, literally, I could play this damn thing with my freaking eyes closed here.
Good lord.
There was an elite pack in there somewhere.
All right, now look. There's point and click, and then there's point and nuke, and I think we have clearly gone to one side of this.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's
Look,
like,
you got to understand though. Anytime Griff gets his hands on anything like this, he turns into the Wikipedia of it. Anything, especially with Diablo, Destiny, but there's so many things where it's like if you want to know an answer for it, you want to get the best build possible, go to Griff.
all right. So I mean, you get a general idea what's going on here. You can do. You don't have to do pet builds either. You have the Book of the Dead, which is your summons. So in here you have 3 different versions of the warrior. I'm using the Reaper, and it has an ability on it that I can hack off flesh, and it's treated as a corpse resource. The corpses I use are technically a resource. It's not actually making corpses, but you make corpses by making corpses. It's convoluted, but we'll get there. So like I can either, have one of these 2 abilities where I can carve them off and make corpses, or they do bonus damage and have a faster cooldown on their big attack whenever I CC something. CC is crowd control for those who are not in the know. Or I can grab this last perk here and not have warriors at all and deal 10% increased shadow damage, or get non-physical resistance, or my critical strike chance is increased. Same thing with the mages. They've each, they got bone mages, cold mages, shadow mages. I'm using cold mages because they have CC. And whenever you CC with the cold mages, they make them vulnerable. It means they take 20% more damage. And then the golem, you get this at level 25 in the beta. It just has a thing where ever it takes damage, goodness gracious, we are busy tonight. What is going on, Travis?
TCP's got a question.
What's up?
You're muted. We can't.
Like fire.
There we go.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was on mute the whole time. Weirdo, stop me. He's messed me up, man. Can I start my question over again? Yeah. All right, so you said cold mages and like fire mages. We know what those do. What does a bone mage do?
I actually don't know.
Because
like the
fight
cold
with
mages.
bones?
Let's see. Bone mages use their bodies as projectiles. Oh, so they're suicide bombers.
That's a little extreme.
I mean, that's what they do.
They survive. They use their body as projectiles, as in they shoot bones out of their hands.
At the cost of their own life. Bone mages use their bodies as projectiles, so they fling themselves at stuff and blow up.
So they're not hanging around for a long time.
Yeah, they're not hanging around for a long time. So when stuff like that happens, you can
a good time, not a long time.
you can then.
They're probably artillery. It's probably what they are.
They are.
And you have a bone golem.
Yep. That's that big boy walking around right there.
Yeah. Does he go talking about his precious or something?
He's got like some sort of big, massive, like special.
So many blood explosions. I've been like, all right. I was planning to play the beta.
Metal video, doesn't it? Just
what was it? Hellslinger? Yeah, Hellslinger that came out.
I haven't played that yet.
I haven't played it either. I feel like these two would go good together.
okay. Now that was kind of cool. Like knocking it off the cliff and seeing it go. That was kind of cool.
Oh,
So
dude, I
it's
hate
the
these types of
touches,
games. I might buy it just because.
Uh-uh.
I as soon as I saw the rogue, I was just like, he already said it.
Yeah, you want to be Naruto? Play a rogue. There's one more champ back up here. Let's go.
Do I have time to play the beta? I feel bad. I downloaded the beta on Thursday. And then just
Make
didn't
some
touch
bodies.
it.
I don't know. Alright,
So,
just
wait, no, you're playing as the Necromancer, and I have to say, you kind of look like a protagonist from like a Japanese anime.
Yeah,
Like,
they
I kind of want you to be yelling about your teacher giving you a bad grade.
All right. So next, I'm gonna try and keep this a little bit shorter than last week. Last week I went for like 45 minutes. All right.
Hey,
So
man, do what you love.
we're gonna do the Thor build that I came up with for the Druid.
Oh hell yeah, Deadbot. Let's do this.
You call it a Thor build?
It is a Thor build.
That's Deadbot. Look at it.
Oh yeah, yeah. The Druids are freaking thick boys, and I love it. Like when you make a character, like you got chest hair, back hair, the whole nine.
Oh hell yeah! That's a real man right there. Let's do this.
Let's see here. We'll run out to the same thing.
I'm a freak of nature, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, and I'm not going to talk about the story or anything like that because, like, spoilers and all that, but I'm talking mainly about gameplay. Now, I would like to point out that people have been saying...
Here's the only spoiler most people need to know. The devil shows up and you go to kill him. Woo!
I mean... Yeah! Alright, but I would like to point out that everybody keeps saying that the druid is the weakest class. So this is my lightning summoner build. Alright. As you can see, I got these guys here. There's some ravens floating off screen that will run down. So, you know, it also fits the theme. Alright, so I'm going to sit here and hit him with this. And then... Oh, I went the wrong way. So, yeah, I mean, I stuck with the ravens and the wolves because, you know, the theme. Trying to keep it with Thor. Let's go into the dungeon.
That actually looks pretty dope.
This is hands down my favorite class. Like, I don't care if it's not the most efficient. It's not the most efficient. Definitely hands down the most fun that I've been having on this beta, which is why I've leveled 2 of the damn things.
Oh wow.
He can be stronger.
I mean, oh yeah, he can more than likely.
Yeah. Wait till you see my next one. So, the next one I'm very proud of. I stayed up till 3 o'clock this morning so I can catch the last phase of the world boss, or the last spawn of the world boss.
That's dedication right there.
Yeah, like I wanted to see what that build could do with the world boss. Let's just say I face tanked him the whole time.
I'm low on spirit.
So why is the druid kicking the shit out of Treebeard?
It's a demon-infested tree.
Okay.
For trees. They didn't ask to be infected by demons.
I mean, you could probably couldn't it probably proc more spirit that he needs to.
Yeah, I'll get there eventually. Like, this is not even min-max. Like, I got crap here for, let's see, so this is actually one of the key parts of the build. I get 1 additional companion, and then here, my core skills deal more damage for each active companion. So, I currently have, 4 ravens and 3 wolves. So I have, you know, that's where a good chunk of my damage is coming from. There's other things obviously involved. Like this build is a little bit more, like it's not as point and clicky as the, Necro is. Alright, this one's...
Yeah, but boring rotation is boring. There's just, it doesn't matter how satisfying the outcome is, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Like if it's just walk around and hold down, you know, attack, it's not fun. Yeah, and then the other big thing I have going on is whenever I hit with the storm skill, which is that melee attack and also the lightning storm, I continuously spawn more lightning for 3 seconds.
Oh, wow.
And then in my talent tree down here, every 12 seconds I summon another bolt of lightning. I put 2 points in hurricane, but mainly for this, enemies who are damaged by hurricane are slowed by 25%. And then over here, where is it? Oh yeah, wolves deal 20% increased damage to immobilized, stunned, or slowed, or poisoned. But we don't do poison in this. That is the rabies werewolf. And then yeah, basic attack that does a chain lightning, and then lightning storm with that has one more bolt, and so it is a channel skill. How much? I don't have enough spirit right now. I'll show it here. You'll see like a little timer that appears above this skill, and as long as I hit within that, it maintains where I was in the channel. Oh, that's a fucking treasure goblin. Alright, I got excited.
Yeah, show off what you got now. You can just hit it with whatever.
That thing is pretty strong, huh?
Oh yeah. So
Jeez.
treasure goblins, they don't attack you. Oh, and it didn't drop shit. Oh well, they don't attack you, but they have a high chance of dropping high loot. They just run away, and they're stupid fast. So I just pin them in the corner and held them there. That's what that random lightning bolt that I can summon. So gather up a bunch of shit. That was a the enemies will try to crowd control you, so that's what that was. To try to blind me. And everything has a dodge in this game. Oh, ooh, that hit. Oh, it's on the barrel. Oh, damn, that fucking hurt.
Hey.
I must wait a moment.
I mean, dude seems pretty OP.
I mean, and this is just what I can do by level 25. Imagine, you know, having the time invested to get this to level, 100 and what it can do at that point in time. You know? Alright.
I don't know, turn into a rabies Treant or something. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, all right. So now we're gonna show the build that I am most proud of. You guys
Wasn't
like?
that one?
Oh no, that was my Thor build.
You already know that Griff only scratches the surface. If you show, he's gonna save the best for last.
So everybody's a fan of Avatar: The Last Airbender, right?
Nope.
Yes.
yes.
Watched like 2 episodes and I was like, this ain't it.
I think you're lying to me on that one.
I'm not actually, man. No,
Really?
I never liked Avatar.
Wow, you are the first person I've ever heard say that.
I think so too. Like I avoid telling people that because I know they're just gonna shun me. Or it's just like,
I mean,
I want to talk
I'm a
to
little
them.
bit more than usual. Like,
Yeah, I didn't like Avatar.
What about Final Fantasy VII?
all right.
Yeah,
Well,
to me,
anyway,
I like the
It's an
concept of the
exile,
show.
so we can be.
And
yeah. Okay, I can see what you're talking about. Like, I didn't like the second series, like the Korra. Like, I didn't like it. But anyway, the druid is also an earthbender. Yeah, but I decided to take it a step further, and I made a werebear earthbender.
And you didn't make it a female named Toph?
I thought about it, but like I like my chunky boy. Even though the female druid is chunky, the female druid is so chunky that people are complaining that they can't play a pretty druid. It's the class, but I mean, the only time you really see what your character looks like is like when you really zoom in, or a cutscene.
Wait, they were playing that you can't make a pretty.
Yeah, well,
Like pretty?
I'll bring it up. I'll bring up the character.
When you mean pretty, they mean like sexy, like like oh, I'm playing the game. I got like 3 minutes to just do the thing.
Oh yeah, that's a tank for sure.
This is the build I went and I face tanked the world boss with.
Holy God!
He could be like a tiny bit stronger. See, like those. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, he didn't pull the atmosphere down. Yeah, he could be a tiny bit stronger. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, from what I can tell, the planet is still intact.
Bizarro love all of you. What the hell?
I need more spirit.
So I got really lucky with the RNG on my gear for this build. Like the stars aligned for me to have this, and show this off. But this is what everybody is saying is
OP?
underpowered.
Oh, underpowered.
Underpowered? Are we serious?
I am serious.
Looks like a ton of fun. My
This-
graphics card's sweating just looking at it.
This is what I plan on maining when the game goes live. Like, just shreds content. Alright. Oh, I got stunned. That's rare. Alright. Let's see if something's live real quick.
Excuse me.
I know there's a zone where there's level 30 enemies. Let me see if it's live. Which is 5 levels higher than I currently am.
Is that how math works?
Yeah. It is.
TC.
No. Alright, so it's not live, but there should be more higher level enemies there.
Here, I'm gonna grab some drink.
Oh, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that too.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Element Down. I'll adjust that here in a second. So how's your carbonated Jameson's there?
I don't want to talk about it.
Okay.
It didn't go well at all. It went terrible. It went terrible. You know, I pretty much wasted the alcohol that I started with. So,
Oh.
but I got others. I mean, I just started over. I was just like,
Hey man, you don't know till you try.
yeah. So like, I started off, and I was trying to pour everything back into the carbonation bottle so I can carbonate it. And this shit was spilling fucking everywhere because like the lips of the cups, the glasses that I used are rounded and not edged, so that shit was just dripping everywhere. Like the water, or like the liquid was just trying to roll around the glass. It was not great. I was fucking pissed off.
Yes, many hours of parenthood have taught me how to get around that problem.
And then I ended up overflowing the bottle because I didn't, stupid brain was just like, oh yeah, I mean I had the right amount of liquid, but I also added alcohol and some of the ice melted, so that added to the volume. So like, oh, I ended up overflowing the bottle, and at that point I was just like, fuck it. Well, I mean these are like weak lower level enemies. Who gives a shit?
Oh, don't worry, he's gonna get to somebody.
See if somebody else spawn.
Yeah. So I ended up pouring everything out of the bottle. I just said, fucking, I started pouring everything down the drain.
At this point, are we going to notice if it's a bigger enemy? Because it's
Not
just
really.
going to go kaboom anyway.
Oh, there's one. There was one.
See? You couldn't tell.
I mean, he had a more of a. He'll probably have more of an issue out of the treasure bottle.
Yeah, because I couldn't chase the damn thing down unless I had my cooldown off.
I mean, let's.
There's another buddy. Why don't you go play with him? Go play with your friend.
Yeah, I will.
There's another friend. Go play with that friend.
There he goes.
I mean, he was taking a lot. He was just like,
Oh, I was hitting with my basic attack. So like my basic attack is pretty weak. So my basic attack does something called, it builds up this thing called Fortify. So it basically gives me some extra armor over my life that protects my life, which is why my health bar hardly ever moves. And you've got this red thing on top of it. Like, here's a good example.
I see it. So like,
So,
health is like a normal deep red, and then there's a bright red that's over it, and then the blue is over it.
Yeah.
It's kind of like an overshield. So you got two overshields.
yeah, basically.
That's dumb.
And the more of the overshield that I have, the more damage I do. So everything that so my base attack generates Fortify, and then I have other things on that increase the amount of Fortify I get. And then on my character, let's see here, my basic skills have 50% increased attack speed, so I generate stupid amounts of Fortify by doing my basic attack, which also generates the resource I need to do the big bear slam. This increases the duration of my Earth Shield, which is that. So this takes one of the bear primary attacks and makes it an Earth skill. And then while I'm fortified, my Earth skills get +2 ranks. So in the character screen, or in the talent tree, so this is the skill I'm using, I have a piece of gear that buffs it. So the max points you could put into a skill is 5. I have a piece of gear that bumps up to 6. And then whenever I'm fully fortified, it bumps it up to 8. So yeah, pretty close to doubling the amount of potential of that, a thing. And then this, every time I do the pulverize, which is the big slam, it does also a shockwave. So, this, yeah, so the earthquake that comes after it is from this, makes pulverize an earth skill, and then it does the spikes, and then this does the big wave after. So yeah, it's just, it all worked out to be, yeah, like right here, my core skills, which is the big bear slam, deals 30% increased damage based on the amount of fortify. So if I have 100 fortify, or I'm fortified up equivalent to my life total, I deal 30% more in damage just from doing that. Well, I have a barrier, which this does give me a barrier, which is the blue shield. I do an additional 32% damage. So like, it's just, you could stack and stack and stack and stack. It's just, that's how you gotta play. It's not that the fact that the druid's a weak class is, you have to gear for it properly. You have to spec for it properly. What does this do? That's going over to my other druid.
You have more friends.
Looks like somebody's trying to start the event. Is it gonna happen? Probably not. Alright. But that is interesting. Okay, it looks like your gear dye changes the color of your fur when you're in werebear form. Because he was a solid brown, and I'm gray. That's interesting. Huh. So.
Alright, as soon as somebody finds a neon pink dye, that's going to be the most interesting stream on any platform. Because I want to see the big pink werebear just run around going,
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I got it downloaded now.
All right, so yeah, let's run through the character creator on the druid real quick. You are hefty, no matter which way you go. You are hefty, which I love. All right.
good lord.
Dad bod all the way, man.
If you were to pick a more feminine build, would you have just as much hair?
Well, let's find out. No.
Smooth skin. Mama can come over here and step on. Wait, what?
But yeah. So that is that. Oh, I should have been doing this. Oh, that's my bad. That is my bad. Oh well. So.
What did you not do?
I didn't have the game full screen this entire time. Oops. But it's alright.
On the stream or on the?
Yeah, on the stream.
For you?
That's my bad, folks. I'm apologizing. So those of you who are watching on phones,
What an idiot!
I'm totally an idiot. So anyway, let's.
This is what we have to put up with every week.
I know, every week. Yeah, Griff's got to come up with something to fuck up, right? All right, so yeah, that's that's my take on everybody complaining that the druid is underpowered at this point in time. You know what I'm also noticing is that everybody's complaining that the two classes that are underpowered don't have access to their class abilities. At level 15, everybody gets a class quest to go and run and do something. The druid and the barbarian have to go into a zone that's not accessible in the beta.
That's
Okay.
So it's like, okay.
So you have more. Can't make everybody happy.
If we're going to talk about things that they're underpowered, can we talk about the graphics card problem?
Yes, there has been issues with NVIDIA cards. Not a lot of them. I think there's like reports of like 10 of them, but it's still an issue.
10? Hold the fuck up. You're gonna say 10?
Yeah. I'm gonna say 10.
Only 10 people reported this problem.
That I'm aware of. And we're also talking of 8 million people knowing and playing the closed beta from last week.
Shut the fuck up. This is not a topic of discussion. We need to move on from this shit. this is stupid.
I mean, we're going to talk statistics.
That's so stupid.
We're going to talk
So
statistics.
stupid. I hate Oh God, I hate people like when they write articles. Man, write
Yeah.
articles.
So this is
Holy
that. This
shit.
is that. Don't stand your PlayStation up on its end conversation again. Like, is
This
it a
happened to
problem?
one
It
person.
absolutely is. It is absolutely a problem. Yes. Like, if you have an Nvidia card, you are gambling that maybe the game will freaking brick your card. That is a potential. Will it? Statistically,
Yeah, but
no.
when somebody said that about the PlayStation, they were like, yeah, that might happen 1 in a trillion if you stand it up and blah, 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 blah. And NVIDIA, this time, it's like, yeah, we're making sure that won't happen. Like, it's replicatable.
Well, with the PlayStation stand-up thing, the guy was just like, I mean, I will say I did take my shit completely apart and I didn't put it back together properly. So yeah, it fucked up.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, you fucking Nvidia shipped what?
Like,
Countless
no,
numbers
it's
of cards.
I
Billions of
give
cards
it-
at this point, and 10.
honestly,
and
at this
10
point in time, it's probably fixed. Like, I don't see any reason why it wouldn't be fixed by this point in time.
It's just like, the power adapters are melting. It happened to 5 people out of the 6 billion cards that we shipped, but it's a fucking problem.
Yeah.
Like-
Like, is it a problem?
fuck up.
Yes, it is a problem. Is it a common problem? No. No, it's not a common
I
problem.
tell you what, a gigantic asteroid hitting the fucking planet and wiping out human civilization, that's a fucking problem.
Yeah,
It is
I haven't heard any reports of
There's
those
a
recently.
difference.
It's
So, like,
the same thing. The same
if my cell
percentage.
phone does this, if like I'm just using it, my cell phone just goes kabah. Like the cell phone company's like, we're sorry, here's a replacement. You're gonna lose what's on it, but big deal.
Oh my god. God, you're talking about cell phones. I remember when people were like worried that cell phones were exploding in pockets. That happened to like 2 people, and they did some dumb shit with their fucking phone, like put it in a microwave and then put it. And like, oh, I'm gonna go to the mall. Oh, my cell phone exploded. What happened?
Look, as somebody who was friends with a guy who used like some kind of a rubber band to keep his expanding battery from blowing the back off his cell phone for over a year, some people just don't get it.
This is why we have warning labels on bleach to not drink it.
Look, man, like he kept coming in here like he was sitting there playing with it, and I'm like, can you sit away from me, please?
I'm not saying that we are taking steps backwards when we've moved to paint that's not lead based, but when we moved to paint that was not lead based, just because people were dying from eating paint, that's probably yeah. But I mean, it's good that we have paint that's not lead based.
Here's the way I look at it is remove all the warning labels and let Darwin figure it out.
Darwinism. Oh my god, that's strong. Natural selection. Oh, natural selection.
You and George Carlin, man, I'm telling you.
All right. So we have good news. So apparently Lance Reddick was able to finish all of his voice work for the Hellboy game. So Lance Reddick is maintaining his voice as the Hellboy for when that comes out.
Whether that game is good or not is going to sell tons.
Yeah. Like, I just hope they don't try to like sell it based off of his death. Like it looks like they're trying to do a Suicide Squad.
I think with Suicide
you're
Squad,
right.
that's the only marketing technique they've got left.
I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
but Suicide Squad, even they still fucked the pooch on that one. That's not.
They did.
That game's
They
not,
did.
that game's not happening.
So Jonathan Mayers has been arrested.
Majors.
I'm sorry, is it Majors?
It's Majors.
Okay, Jonathan Majors has been arrested. So you know, Kang the
He's already-
Conqueror attempted to conquer and
He was already out on. He was already out on bail by the time these headlines
He's
hit.
a multi-millionaire. So yeah, like of course he is.
I mean, he had to- I mean, I'm starting to. I don't.
I mean, like, are we dealing with another Chris Brown? I don't know. Like,
I don't know. He seems like a nice. He's always seemed like a nice dude.
but yeah,
good guy,
what happens when you push
know,
the nice guy
smart.
though? What happens when you push the
But I
nice guy
hear
to the
that a
end?
lot, man. Like, we all hear that. Oh, he's such a nice person. They said that about serial killers. They interviewed the neighbor, and they're like, he's so quiet. He mowed my lawn for me. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I look at it like I look at it and like I hope I'm like I hope that doesn't happen. I hope that didn't happen. And you know, like his PR agents are saying like, yo, everything's out of context. This is not happening. And then like sometimes I'm looking at it, I'm like
honestly, like,
shit, he might have, man.
Here, let's go.
I want to believe that this is a misunderstanding, that this is just a convoluted, social piece of bullshit. I want to believe that, because that
I do
it
too.
gives me a
but,
little
like,
more faith in humanity. I admit to that, but
let's do this the American way. Innocent until proven guilty.
It's not the American way anymore, man.
I know it's not, but that's the way I stand.
Real American way.
It's not the way.
No.
That's where I
That's
stand.
what Superman taught me. That's what I'm doing. Damn it.
I mean, just because we are logical and we understand that that's how things work. Cancel culture that doesn't work that way anymore, man.
Abusers
As long
always
as-
seem like nice people.
Yep.
I mean,
I mean, we won't know until the court case, if there is a court case, if it comes to that point in time.
yeah. I don't know.
Let's see. GameStop has its first profitable quarter in 2 years.
GameStop was more profitable technically than Amazon this quarter.
Really? That's,
Well, I think Amazon just let off another 10,000 people.
Oh, that's a skin in the chest.
Like they're down like 30,000 people in the last 6 months.
I am surprised here because like GameStop is just figuring out what Sam Walton figured out back in the 60s. If you want to stay in business, just sell plastic tat.
I'm sorry, what?
That's really about it.
So plastic what?
Tat. Sorry, British slang. Bullshit. Just regular crap. Like, here, have your
They do
little
a lot of
plastic
that.
figurine and leave. They just sell like a billion freaking Funko Pops and like, oh look, we made money.
That's what I was gonna say. Like, I don't know where to buy a Funko Pop other than GameStop.
Yeah.
maybe online.
No, you can go to
Walmart.
Walmart. Bro, the amount
Best
of Funko
Buy
Pops
has
I've
them.
seen at Walmart have been nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can pass on 90% of the ones I see at Walmart though.
That is very true.
The only
But-
Funko Pops I have ever seen that I wanted was from the Hawkman one from the Black Adam movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I actually have a couple. I've got Revan from Star Wars. I've got the Wanderer from Diablo 2, and I've got Hellboy. And Shax.
Bruh.
So
You got
like,
one. You got one to the.
oh yeah. So
I ain't
this
even-
one
I'm
came
not
in a
gonna
loot
lie.
crate. This one came in a loot crate, and that is Butt Stallion from Borderlands.
I'm not even gonna lie. Yo, there have been so many times I've been wanting that Hellboy. I'm almost like, it's just gonna disappear. Griffcast now.
But yeah, so I do have a couple, but oh wait, sorry, there's one more. Where is it? It is there. I got Tyrael from Diablo 2. So like I got a couple, but I'm not like a major collector. Like if I see one, I'm like, I either get the, yeah. But see, like that they don't have that in what I want. Or if they do, they're like
action figures.
if they have those available,
I'm
they're
calling
like,
them dollies.
they're like $200 for those, the ones I want. I'm just like, I'm not. No,
They're collectibles.
they're collectibles.
God,
Now,
Mark,
when my wife gets upset with me, she calls them my dollies. Like that's her way of.
Don't take them out of the package.
All right, so
I buy two. One to rock, one to stock.
actually, you know what? I did.
I used to do that.
I got the Diablo one there, and then I have another one. It's over there somewhere. I actually have two of the Wanderer one. I opened one, and the other one's staying in the box. But I'm like I said, I'm a fanboy for Diablo. I also will fully 100% admit when the game is bad, like the launch of 3. The launch of 3 was pretty rough. It got better.
So like I was downloading the beta for 4. I saw that Diablo 3 is now free to everyone. And I was like, do I want to play it to see how I might like Diablo? But then I just decided again. So I was like, I got the Diablo 4 beta. I'm gonna play that.
Yeah. So Diablo 3 and Diablo 4 are completely different. Like
That's good.
they're both isometric RPGs, sure, but Diablo 4 is closer to Diablo 2 than 3.
Is 2 free to everyone?
No, they just did a remaster on it, so and brought it up to like 1440 and 4K. But like they even have like the old school movement where it's on a an XY axis. And you can turn it to old school graphics too. We ran into issues with Diablo 2 about 10 years ago because the original Diablo was coded to run on frame rate. The game was hard 25 years ago, and frame rate's only been increasing. Same thing.
Are you saying if you have a higher frame rate, the harder it is?
Yeah. Like you will be dead before you walk out of town, kind of thing. Like same thing with like StarCraft 2. Like the no,
That's
not
funny.
2, the original StarCraft. The
I
real
want
StarCraft.
more modern games like that, where like it analyzes your hardware and is like, oh, you should be able to run this game pretty well. We're gonna
Also,
up the
there's-
difficulty for you.
That's crazy,
You know what's
though.
funny is like right now in Destiny 2, they fixed one of them. There's actually a couple of the enemies that for some reason are doing their damage based on your frame rate. So like I'm running around with a buddy of mine who's still playing on PS4. He's having no issues. I come around the corner and get one shot by the damn thing because I'm playing on a PS5. And people on PC can't even look at the damn thing without dying.
Dang.
Like they're
No, I
working
like
on it.
I like it. No, I know that's a bug, but that's funny.
Like
That's nice to keep stuff like that. Oh, that's
See,
So,
now
like,
that right there, like that promotes community to me because everybody's got that one dude you hang out with on dial-up who like is never really that useful, and then this shit shows up and it's like, hey dude, it's your time to shine. Okay.
how good's your ping? Oh, your ping's at 15. Good luck.
I am getting a
man,
kick out
I'm
of how
gonna
he
need to-
lagged during that.
Yeah, I'm gonna need you to hit that lag switch quick.
The fact that you lagged when you're attempting to lag was freaking hilarious. Okay, you can't freaking write that shit.
Can you imagine playing with PC players and not asking like, oh, what level difficulty are you on? They don't answer. You're just like, what'd you get your frame rate capped at? Got it capped at 30.
Absolutely.
No, no, it's a ventriloquist trick. That's not a lag.
But
Like this.
all right, more talents I didn't know you had. Shit, I've known you for what, 14 years now. All right, this one I'm actually kind of excited about. I need to go back and actually beat the first one. I got right there and I never finished it. Control 2 has been announced. Like I'm really looking forward to this because I actually want to dive into this verse because this is in the Alan Wake universe, right?
Yes, like halfway through Control, it's like they have like a couple Alan Wake references. You know, there's no direct crosses, but obviously they take place in the same universe. Oh yeah, they had the Alan Wake DLC. I
Yeah.
forgot what they called it, but like it acronymed out to Alan Wake DLC or something like that. And that was really cool, man. Oh, dude, I loved Control when it came out. Control was a game that was like directly up my fucking alley. I fucking loved that game when it came out. I'm still super salty that they never added a new game plus.
Mm.
And they're just like, but I mean, at the time, even still, I think they were a small studio. You know, they still released this game. They advertised it as like AAA, but I don't think it was quite, a AAA budget.
Yeah. Speaking of which, haven't they already released the Alan Wake remaster?
Yes,
Okay.
that came out it was like 2 years ago. That was a long time ago.
Yeah, no, it wasn't 2 years ago. I mean, I think it was like fall of last year. I remember talking about it.
Google.
Yeah.
I might Google it and challenge it. I might drop a red flag on that. I might drop a red
And
flag
see,
on that.
here's the thing, like the original Alan Wake still holds up. I mean, it's got a little graphical fidelity issue, but
Yeah.
I think that kind of adds to the atmosphere in that game. I think that's not necessarily a bad thing. You know what I mean?
Yep. All
Why is it not
right.
giving me a date? Oh, yep, release date 10/4/2021.
Okay. So it was 2 years ago.
All right, a year and a half.
Year and a
I'll
half.
give you a year and a half.
All right.
Even Fate said, "Let it somewhere in the middle."
All right, let's see here. All right, this one was interesting. Somebody got accused of the whole Me Too thing crap, and it backfired, and now the accusers are saying, let's uncancel him. So Chris Avalon was one of the original producers for Dying Light 2. He got Me Too'd. He had two accusers come forward, of sexual harassment, all that kind of stuff. And it backfired so hard that they're like, yeah, no, sorry, we're wrong, which it doesn't happen in today's society. So
Wait a second. What do you mean it backfired?
it backfired on the accusers, as in they could not prove it. They couldn't prove it to the point that the accusers have gone forward and saying, all right, please reinstate him in everything that he was doing.
So they destroyed his career, but they also can see, man. This is
Yeah.
Once it's tarnished, it's tarnished.
I know, man. And this is what I feel about Jonathan Majors, man. Like it's out there now. He's gonna have the hardest time. He get even still Johnny Depp is still fighting. Like Johnny Depp's fighting for his fucking life.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right.
He's
What'd you
fighting
find,
for his
Chris?
fucking life.
What'd you find, Chris?
Well, it was dismissed with prejudice. Does anybody have any legal knowledge?
A little bit.
Okay, so to get something dismissed with prejudice is kind of rare. You basically have to walk into court and claim that the grass is purple. You can't have anything to back you up. You basically have to show up and the judge has to say that you are full of it. That is the legal, you can't even appeal this, it's so silly kind of thing.
Oh dang.
It's one of those like, why the fuck are we even here?
Yes, it is.
You're wasting
When it is
dollars.
When it is dismissed with prejudice, the court has decided that you are wasting their time and they won't even let you appeal it. That is what with prejudice means.
Yep. And he's actually countersuing for libel California and 2 other states.
For 7 figures.
Good.
This man,
Good for him.
This man's entire life got flipped upside down because somebody wanted to make a quick buck and go, look at me.
This is. I'm coming back to it. I'm like, we need jail time for false accusers. People that
Yes.
claim the false rape. The false rape and stuff.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna be real, man. As a black man, that's like my deepest, darkest fear.
Hey,
As a black man, it's one of my deepest, darkest fears. Girls will come up to me and be like throwing themselves at me, and I'm like,
nah, fam.
I mean, that's a little bit of an exaggeration, but it's happened like once or twice, and I still been like, you know what? This is a little too good to be true. This is a little too good to be true, and I ended up fucking something up, and I'm just like, well, you know what? At least I know I'm not in that situation now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now I know I'm not in that situation.
Yeah.
I mean,
So, you can't, like, if he had done something like this, like, if he'd have been this creepoid, like, yeah, like, string him up in the town square. But
Absolutely.
it's like,
100%.
he didn't do it, so, there's a responsibility to this. You can't just throw this shit around, because people start doubting people that actually have this problem. That's not okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh
Absolutely.
shit! If y'all, I'm sorry.
so like,
I'm gonna go on a little bit of a reference, but it's what Chris Rock said. It's Chris Rock said. There's so many people that are claiming to be victims, so that when the actual victims have to speak up, no one listens.
That dang. He hit that mug right on the head.
He hit it. He hit that shit so hard. There's so many victims, and then after a while, we just start, not really caring. So that when there's actually a victim and someone's actually getting fucked up, it's just, just punch them in with the rest.
Hey, yo, Chris. Turn up, bro.
This is like, yo, this is not. That wasn't just facts, man. That was fucking truth right there. I get a fucking drink.
My man said, yo, he hit me with too much facts. I got to drink to this one.
Ah,
all right.
that was
Clear
straight.
my head, man. Wow.
That was straight wisdom.
All right. So these last 2, we're gonna like hop into this next one. We're probably gonna fly through. The last one I kind of want to talk about a little bit. All right. So apparently, the original developer for Redfall said that it was going to be on everything. It's going to be on PC, Xbox, Game Pass, PlayStation, and apparently Redfall is not coming to PlayStation, and certain people within the PlayStation community are attempting to use that as proof that Xbox does not have Sony in mind on anything like that. And
I mean,
Microsoft pointed out, they're like, you do realize that the first 2 games from that company were PlayStation exclusives, right? Like, we are here to make money. We're not going to not put it out on an available console unless it's not in our best interest. Like, Call of Duty on PlayStation is in our best interest. Like, that's always the argument. It's like Call of Duty. Like, give me. I mean, it's hard to justify the profit. I mean,
Things
things
change. Things change, and
Well,
I'll give you.
Let's consider if even if that shit happened, like let's consider the parity. If they took Call of Duty and the sports games off of PlayStation, and all PlayStation had was all of the exclusives they had otherwise, they've still got damn near as many games as the sports games and everything else.
They just can't crank them out as fast. Like, I mean, you buy Madden, you playing the same game with different skins for 10 years. I mean, Call of Duty,
people still buy it every damn year.
They do.
When it releases every day, you cannot go, or you could not go. It's probably different now. You could not go into a GameStop because all the gym bros showed up that didn't shower and like, where's my Madden? They show up once a year. That's the only video game they play. They want to play their Madden.
FIFA, Madden,
yeah.
Madden people, FIFA people, and fucking COD people.
Madden guys were different though. The Madden guys were the gym bros. Like I noticed that. Like,
you know what's funny is like everybody I knew who played Madden are people who can't play football. Like, not they were they were like, you know.
I'm gonna say the same thing about MV2K.
I mean that's you know, there's a white but guys can't jump joke in here somewhere.
Well, I mean, they got to live that fantasy somehow.
I am the white man can't jump joke. I mean, come on.
That's why they have Fantasy League, bud.
Now, come on. If we're gonna play a sports game, like, can I play NBA Jam? Can I get an actual NBA Jam, please?
Yeah. I mean, oh gosh, like whatever happened to like that's a franchise. Like if you want to bring me back into sports game, give me NBA Jam and NFL Blitz.
Yes.
Dude, NFL Blitz.
Yes.
That game
Like-
fucking holds up.
Like those two, bring me those
Blitz.
two, and I'll buy a sports game again. But outside of that, like I'm good.
You know, they came out with another NBA Jam for like, was it the last Xbox or something? And I tried my ass off to get it, and every time I tried to find it, it wouldn't be there when I got there. I'd have people hold that shit for me and leave, and I'm like, I get it, it's NBA Jam, but why does the universe hate me? I just want to play NBA Jam, damn it.
You can play NBA Jam on cell phone now.
Oh really?
It's not the same.
It's still got the same. It's still got the same commentator though. He's on fire.
Yes.
Oh shit! Oh shit! You hit me right in the childhood with that one.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, man, you still got the
the-
same commentator.
The part that I'm getting a kick out of though in this whole subject though is the fact that they're using Redfall for the argument, as if the Redfall is going to be a AAA freaking title. It's not.
It's not. Not. And Starfield, they could use Starfield as the same. I think Redfall and Starfield are gonna bomb. But so like here,
Well,
let me
see,
give you.
Starfield has been an Xbox exclusive since announced.
All right, so let me give you an example of some games, or at least one game that comes to my mind about how this thing it could swing, how it can swing so easily. Senua Hellblade. That was a PlayStation exclusive game. They had no in the beginning they had no intentions of bringing it to Xbox. And that game was an undercover indie hit.
Yeah, that game was freaking amazing.
And that game only has life because of Sony. And they good. And then they ended up bringing it over to Xbox. Now they have a sequel coming out, and it's only an Xbox exclusive.
Okay. Yeah, I can see that.
That game, I feel like that game and that studio probably would not have life if it didn't have the release that it did on Sony. But now they're
Here's the
fucking
question.
Sony.
Here's the question though. What did Sony do to them? Sony is not known for-
Okay, you're right. You're right. Yeah, there's two sides to every story. All right. Okay.
Like,
yeah, you hit it with a little gun
Sony
punch.
is
That's
not
good one.
developer friendly.
Look at the original Bayonetta. Like, Bayonetta 2 and 3 only got made because Nintendo put up the money. The studio couldn't afford it. Nobody else was going to let them do it. They couldn't put it on another platform. So people were like, well, why is it only on Nintendo? Because Nintendo paid. So maybe that, sequel came to the Xbox because Microsoft paid.
Fair enough. I mean, actually, I think Microsoft bought the company, but
There you go.
but Sony does developers dirty. Like
That's fair.
that's why I'm still waiting for Marvel vs. Capcom 4.
Bruh.
Like,
Was that a Sony game? Sony only?
the 1 and 2, I believe, were PlayStation exclusives. 3, I think 3 went to everything.
Yeah, 3 went to
Don't
everything.
quote me on that.
I think 3 did.
No, 3 went to everything.
But I know I exclusively played Marvel's Capcom on PlayStation, or Marvel's Capcom 1 and 2 on PlayStation.
Yeah.
Wasn't one of the Metal Gear Solid games? Cross-plat-
Solid.
Or multiple platforms? Was it 5?
I want to say Solid was a PlayStation exclusive.
All the Metal Gear Solids have been PlayStation exclusives except for 1. And I remember when they announced it, and I was still a huge Sony, but I mean I still am. A Sony
No,
fan,
it was
like-
Was
it Phantom Pain?
It was Phantom Pain in the follow-up or whatever the hell it was.
The follow-up
Yeah.
had nothing to do with the original franchise. It was something that copied like the skin of it.
Yeah.
It had like this. It had the same kind of name, but it wasn't really the same game. It was like a survival kind of thing.
Oh, that game was so bad. Metal Gear
Yes.
Survival. It was Metal Gear Survival. That game was so bad.
Yeah, that is what it was.
That was after Kojima left, and they were trying to save it. That game was so bad.
They were
Yeah.
trying to profit whatever they could off of it.
Yeah.
See, here's the thing. Like, if any other director drops out, you could probably replace him with somebody and kind of like, muck your way through it. But Kojima is so out in the field, you cannot replace him because nothing makes sense unless you're Kojima. It just you can't do it.
I was actually talking with somebody about this earlier today. It's like Kojima is an amazing storyteller, but he can't. Sorry, Kojima is an amazing story developer, but he has a hard time telling it.
Yeah.
I think he's so overrated. I
Like,
mean,
I
I
honestly,
can't knock,
like, his
can't knock the hustle,
universes-
but I think he's so overrated.
I think all of his universes and all of his ideas are amazing. It's just the storytelling is so hard to follow.
Oh, so he's a
because
George Lucas.
I think the problem with his storytelling is that he tries to exaggerate on way too many things, and then he gets lost in that exaggeration, and then before you know it, he's just focused way too much on that exaggeration, and now it's just a thing. And Death Stranding is like a prime example of that, because I think the story, the idea of Death Stranding is really cool, but the execution of it, I don't know. It's just some of it was kind of hard to sit through because it's like, God damn, they're saying the same thing like 10 fucking times, and it's just like after a while it becomes kind of hard.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Also, yeah, it was Phantom Pain. Phantom Pain, Metal Gear Solid 5 released on Xbox and PC.
Okay. All right. So this last one, I'm actually curious to see where this goes. So the last time we heard about the Todd McFarlane Spawn movie, he was talking about doing a low budget horror movie, Spawn being the villain, right? Where it was going to be his example was Jaws. You spent the whole movie knowing it was there, and then it only showed up when it needed to. Like that was his goal for the new Spawn movie. It was going to be more of like a Sam and Twitch movie. Sam and Twitch are two cops within the universe. For those who don't know, they're hilarious characters. And then so apparently though he's getting so much backing that he has AAA actors lining up for this, and the studios are like, we are not going to give you these actors for an $8 million horror film.
I thought they already cast Jamie Foxx.
They cast Jamie Foxx, but now they're not 100% sure.
Oh, dude.
So like Jamie Foxx,
I want to see it. I want. Dude, let Jamie Foxx be Spawn. Let him do it.
I
was
like Jamie Foxx. I do. I just
Alias,
maybe
alter
his
ego?
voice. Maybe he could do the voice, but like I don't visually see Jamie Foxx as Al Simmons.
He could do it, but it wouldn't be the same as the guy who did it in the previous movie. I forgot his name.
Yeah, Michael J. White.
Michael J. White.
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Michael J. White.
Like bring Michael J. White back for it.
I mean, he would probably do it.
You can say that. You can say that Jamie Foxx and Michael J. White, they are very similar looking. Michael J. White is definitely a lot more.
Well, I mean that's the thing is though,
Let me get this straight. Like, did the non-white person just say Jamie Lee Foxx and Michael J. White look alike? Because they don't look nothing alike. Like, Jamie Lee Foxx would fit in Michael J. White's fucking socks. Like, what do you want? Like, the dude's huge.
I just meant in the face.
In the face?
And then I said I definitely said Michael J. White. He's definitely a lot bigger, and he also has the.
But we also what we don't know is you got to remember.
I don't know even have face.
We also got to remember though is that whoever they cast as Al Simmons is going to be wearing a prosthetic mask. Al Simmons is burned beyond recognition.
That's damn true.
I mean, not from the get-go though.
Yeah, so
Well, that's true, but like,
Well, if he's going to be Spawn in this movie from the get-go, then technically he will be.
yeah.
But if they're gonna actually bring out like if they're gonna do a backstory, then
or flashback or anything like that.
Yeah.
Story.
And like
I mean,
it'll also be interesting to see if they cast Clown.
Wade Wilson wasn't, you know.
ooh, was it John Leguizamo? Was it?
Yeah.
Was yeah, man.
Oh, he killed that.
John Leguizamo back in.
Like John Leguizamo has gone off the deep end on PC culture, but man, he nailed the Violator.
Yes, he did. He did.
That's part of the entire movie, just hands down.
Like, I honestly, if it wasn't for him as Clown, like I don't think that movie would have done as good.
No, it probably wouldn't have.
And it didn't do great to begin with, but
And that movie's a guilty pleasure of mine. So
Look, you better watch out. I really feel it's gonna end up being a Mandela effect. What Spawn movie? What?
like,
You know, the Spawn movie that they've been working on now, though, it's been in production hell for like I don't even know how long.
yeah, they haven't even started filming yet.
Fucking time.
I remember one of my friends telling me about the idea of this movie like at least a decade ago now at this point. It's been a long time. Like the fact that people are still talking about it kind of gives me a little bit of hope, but at the same time, it's like, I don't know, man. It's like, I feel like the Spawn franchise is just kind of falling apart because I don't feel like anybody really cares about it.
So like the comic books are still going. Todd McFarlane's still
I
doing
mean,
it. Like
Yeah. But that's the comic books. I feel like people, I don't know, I feel like people only want it to be a comic book and nothing else.
I can understand that.
I think what
isn't a pleasure for a lot of folks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but because of the genre of Spawn, these are like things that Todd McFarlane has said is like with the success of darker comic book things like The Boys and Invincible, it would be a better market for it if he could get like that kind of funding and that kind of push for it.
Yeah,
Bro,
that's true.
We're still
Assuming-
I'm still
I
waiting
also
for
think
an announcement for Invincible 2.
Hey, if you get
they had an announcement last month.
What?
Did you
It's
miss
going
it?
to be,
Oh, dude. I need to send it to you. It's funny as fuck. It's funny as fuck
Send
too.
it.
We also talked about it on here.
Yeah, okay, we're gonna talk about it real quick. They're sitting like in a diner, and it's like him and then Seth Rogen that plays the alien. You know that he like met in space a couple times. They're sitting in a diner and they're talking, and they're it's so funny because they're talking about like how everyone's been complaining that like Invincible 2's not been here. It's really subtle, but like he's just like, yo, where's Invincible 2 at? Invincible is just like, I've been doing stuff, man. I'm trying to draw. I'm trying to write. It's a whole lot of shit. I gotta do a lot of shit. It takes some time. Yo, I need to send it to you.
production of the show.
Yo, yeah, they're talking about like his life, but they're actually like talking about the production of the second season. It's so fucking funny. It's so fucking funny. They're like, when is it coming? And he's like, I'll have it soon. Chill, wait. I'll send it to you. It's fucking hilarious. I can't believe you didn't see this.
Bro, I didn't see it.
Oh,
I could have swore we talked about it.
They didn't say
I think
when it was coming out this year, but they said it will be later this year.
yes.
yeah. They said it's soon. Oh shit, I gotta find it now.
All right. Well, one little last fact before we end it. Apparently, I don't know if anybody else has seen this, but have you seen this thing about Blockbuster?
Oh yeah,
Bro.
he's making a comeback.
Apparently, Blockbuster is trying to make a comeback.
What?
I mean, look. So as I still state, there is still a Blockbuster and Radio Shack, and it is not far from my house.
We actually saw a Radio Shack in
I thought
Roanoke.
there was only like 2 Blockbusters still in existence. One's in Alaska, and like the other was like in Seattle or something.
There's
like
one
somewhere in
in
Oregon.
Alaska.
But you said you had a Blockbuster near you, or are you talking about Radio Shack?
No, there's a Blockbuster and a Radio Shack in the same strip mall area.
Near you?
Yes.
There's
it's like
also
an hour away
there's a
from me.
Radio Shack in Roanoke, which is like 45 minutes away from me.
Yo, man, Radio Shack. That was Radio Shack was the shit.
Any oddball thing that you needed, they got you.
They had a whole bin of it.
Dude, you were watching movies of like spy people going in and like just grabbing
Bro.
shit from Radio Shack.
Grabbing random stuff.
Fucking like the central command center for these spy movies and shit.
Dude, I was just reading Dresden Files book 6. All right, and so the Dresden Files is a series about a wizard detective in Chicago. And he has this problem that anytime he uses magic around technology, it fucks up. So there was a blackout in Chicago for this big magical thing going on. And so he had to break into a Radio Shack to steal a GPS, to hand it to somebody so it could work. Like, they actually talk about breaking into Radio Shack. And I'm like, damn, I miss Radio Shack. It's like, damn, these books are getting old, aren't they?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm still waiting on book 18 there, Butcher. Making book 16
that.
2 fucking books, you fucking asshole. Anywho. Yeah, so it's a series I highly recommend. It's fun no matter when.
Incredibly funny. It affected my sense of humor, so you're warned.
But anyway, let's go ahead and wrap this up. Any final quotes? Any final things? Let's see.
Oh no, I'm good.
Where's my mouse? I lost my mouse.
gotta
I want to say about the Spawn movie. I feel like the Spawn movie is gonna have trouble because I don't think so. Like, it's gonna have trouble because nobody knows about Spawn. Does that make sense?
Not nowadays.
We know about Spawn because we're deep in the nerd culture and stuff like that.
And if you don't remember, what the hell did you know about the Matrix before it showed up and people started talking about it?
Well, nothing. I mean, the movie was. Are you seeing the things about how like everyone's like accusing the Matrix from ripping off another movie that came out like a year before?
No, what I'm saying is like when the Matrix is coming out, their entire marketing strategy is you go to whatisthematrix.com and it wouldn't tell you anything. Like you didn't know in the hell this movie was supposed to be until it showed up. That's why you went to go see it. It had a great marketing campaign of what the hell is this?
Okay, well now you're bringing marketing into it. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
We're talking about a comic book movie where comic book nobody knows anything about. I guess
Right.
Guardians of the Galaxy was kind of the same way. Nobody knew what Guardians of the Galaxy was. They're like, why
Yeah,
did
but
they
it
make
had
this
the
movie?
Disney marketing machine behind it.
See, yep. So now you're right. You're right. It's all about marketing. I'll let you. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, like Todd McFarlane, he's a great creator, but I don't know if he has those marketing skills unless he's working with a team of people that knows how to put his product
If
out
it's
in
not a
form.
toy, I don't know if he can sell it.
I mean, it's because that was one thing he's worried about. Is he originally planned on being one of the co-directors or producers of the original film, or his new idea for the film, and because it's gotten so big and getting so much support on the backside of Hollywood, he's afraid he's not going to be allowed to participate. So
I can see that.
You said Todd McFarlane
he
said
should-
that he's gonna get muscled out of his
Yeah.
own movie.
All right, so if I were him, I would take this wonderful blessing of a huge movie. I would take a very small percentage of profit, and I would cut myself a J.K. Rowling deal. You can't cut me out. I get final say on everything. Kiss my ass.
Fair.
yeah,
Because I mean, if you look at the deal she had for all of her movies, it was insane. This woman had a lot of pull.
yeah, like what's his name who played Obi-Wan Kenobi, the original Obi-Wan Kenobi. I can't remember.
Talking
his name.
about in New Hope.
Yeah,
Yeah, I got no clue.
I forgot his name. Like he was on screen for like maybe 20 minutes, and he got to live out the rest of his life on that paycheck. 'Cause
And
he's
I
like,
did every minute of it.
yep.
Is it mean for me to say that like it probably wasn't that long for him to live?
I mean, another 30 years maybe.
He hung out until the mid-90s.
Yeah.
Really? Oh, okay.
Yes,
Like,
sir.
yeah. That's
yeah.
like 20 years.
30?
Yeah, it was 77 when New Hope came out.
Mm-hmm.
Was it
Yeah,
77?
he was already in the twilight of his career, and he was actually upset that people remembered him more for Star Wars, what he called silly laser drama, than his performance on the bridge over River Kwai. So
Which I've never heard of.
it's a really good movie. It's very classic, and it's kind of hard to get through if you don't like old movies, though. So
Yeah, I have actually become kind of a stickler these last couple of years. Like, I haven't gone to see much of anything. Like, every time I've gone to the theater, I've been disappointed. And here in a couple of weeks, I plan on taking my daughter to go see Mario. And
Oh yeah.
that's probably going to be the only movie I see in theaters this year so far.
I saw John Wick was out. I really want to see that, and I hate to say this, I want to see Shazam. I want to see Shazam.
Well, you need to go early because they're about to pull it from theaters, bud.
I have HBO Max, so
I have HBO Max too. I mean, it's still not coming until like May.
I mean,
yeah.
no, you're really missing out at that point, though.
I don't know. I thought Shazam 2 was gonna. It looked good, and I thought it was gonna be good, but I think it's a lot of. It's just
I
a
know
lot of
people
the
have
the
like
drama.
knocked over it. It's just I like Shazam. Like that was one of the DC movies that really impressed me. You know what I mean? So
It was good. Yeah, Shazam 1 was good, and 2 is probably good too. It's just no one wants to go see DC right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, there's that too.
They're in such mayhem. I honestly, like, I was talking to somebody else about this. I think the Flash movie, even if you ignore all the shit around, Ezra or whatever, I think that movie's probably going to be really fucking good. It's probably going to be a really good movie, especially like how they jump through time and all that stuff. I imagine the movie will probably actually be pretty good, but it's gonna flop. It's gonna fall straight on its face.
Yeah, no, could it be good? Sure, but how many times have we seen Flashpoint by this period in time? Like,
yeah, they are pushing the shit out of Flashpoint.
Like, seriously,
Yeah.
like I mean, how many times have we seen Flashpoint? Like, it had like
we've had a good idea. Milk the shit out of it.
It's so easy. Like, I've seen. You're right. Like, there's been so many animated movies about it. Like, and that's what I was telling the people I was talking to. Like, so many animated movies.
Here's how freaking popular, or how much they have pushed the idea of Flashpoint, is that all you have to say when you're trying to talk about that similar situation in any universe is say they're just going to fucking Flashpoint it.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody knows exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yep.
There's been so many animated movies that I saw where like shit just goes awry, and at the end of the movie, like everyone's fucking dead. Batman was dead, Superman was dead, Wonder Woman was still alive, and like Flash was like fucked up. But then like Nightwing walks up to Flash and is like, "Yo, dude, I know you hate doing it, you don't want to do it, but you got to go back in time and fix it."
You know what?
And that's how the movie ends. I'm like, what the fuck?
I need to get one of those like pop-up key things, because like I said we're gonna end the show like 15 minutes ago, and I just want to get like that little SpongeBob meme. 15 minutes later.
I can make a clip out of it.
But
I just need to figure out how to do like pop-ups in this damn thing, like, because I'm just like, anywho.
I do have to get dinner started. I do know that.
Well, I mean, if we're going to talk about like some Ezra Miller stuff, I mean, when I heard that Jonathan Majors